Well, there they go. There's no stopping them now. I really should have solved this problem before it even started. But at least, I'm here to catch them. And they're not going to go far. They're already starting to cluster in this little plum tree right behind the hive. Usually they'll only go within about 50 feet or so of the hive when they first start to swarm, and then from there they'll send out scouts to find a permanent place. Hopefully they're gonna cluster here long enough for me to catch them. This is amazing though. I'm standing in the middle of thousands and thousands of bees. They're swarming all around me. They're bumping into me. They're landing on my arm. It never ceases to amaze me. Just listen to them. They're everywhere. And people are scared of them for some reason. I guess if you were highly allergic, but other than that, there's no need to be. Like I said, you can't imagine how many bees are all around me right now. When I say thousands, well, you'll see. Look how fast that cluster is building up. So what's happening here is that this hive just grew so fast and pretty much ran out of room. Half of the bees leave with the old queen, and the other half stays behind, and they'll raise a new queen. If I'd have caught this in time, I could have probably stopped it. Since I didn't, here we are. The reason they congregate so close by when they first leave and low to the ground like this is because the queen is pretty much out of shape. She hadn't flown since last year. Queens only leave the hive to mate or to swarm. And usually she lights at the first place she comes to when she leaves the hive. Then all the other bees just congregate around her, and they'll send out scout bees that will find a new place for them to live, whether it's another beehive or a old hollow tree or something like that. But hopefully they're going to hang around here long enough so I can catch them. My phone fell over right when I started to shake the bees into the box, but you can see how big this cluster got. It's about 2.5 feet long, and that middle section there is about the size of a football. There's a lot of bees in there. If you look close here, you can see some bees that have their rear ends up in the air, and they're fanning their wings real fast, and it's hitting just by accident. They're doing it on purpose. Uh, they're releasing a pheromone that smells sort of lemony, uh, maybe like lemongrass, and it's kind of a come here pheromone. It lets the other bees know that they found a place, and it attracts the other bees to where they're at. And they also have another pheromone that's kind of an alarm pheromone, and it smells more like bananas. So if you ever get stung by a honeybee, if you smell it, the stinger will smell uh, like a banana. That's why you see beekeepers using smoke for two reasons. One, the smoke disguises the alarm pheromone, so the bees don't smell it, and also it makes them think that there is a forest fire, and instead of paying attention to you, they start trying to eat as much honey as they can. That way, if their hive is burned, they can take some of their honey with them. A few of the bees are starting to go back up to the branch they were on because they can still smell the pheromones on that branch. But I'm just going to go ahead and shake them back down into the box too. Uh, and then I'm just going to leave them alone. By this evening, they should all be in the box. And then after dark tonight, I'll move it to a permanent location.